Hello, and welcome to the Intrepid Group training video on how to pull device reports. Today I'm going to be showing you a ProMass 300 from a simulation. I'm going to be showing you a couple of different ways on how to pull a device report. I'm going to use device care to connect to TCP IP over CDI, and in other ways we're going to use the web server. Now, because we're going to be using TCP and Ethernet, one thing you're going to need to do is configure your IP address to match so that it's in the same range as the device that you're communicating with. In order to do this, you're going to have to hit start and type in view network connections. I'm using Windows 10. This works for me. You may have to get to the control panel and find your adapter settings a different way on your device. I'll show you what's working for me right now. So if you click on View Network Connections, what will happen is your Ethernet adapter is going to appear here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right click on the Ethernet port that you're using and click on Properties. This will pull up the Ethernet properties for that adapter, and we're going to be looking for TCP IP version 4. Click on that and select Properties. This will pull up your IP address. Normally it'll have obtain an IP address automatically. These devices will not have a DHCP server installed on them, so you're just going to get a timeout IP if you attempt to do that. Enter your IP address manually. Here I'm going to use 192.168.1.213. Subnet mask will be default, and your default gateway I don't think really matters, but I put 192.168.1.1 there. Your DNS server, that's just what I use. You can set that to whatever. It's not going to matter. Exit out, and your IP address should now be configured so that you can actually communicate to these devices. Now that you have your computer configured so that it can connect to this device, let's go ahead and open up Device Care. Go to your Start menu, type in Device Care, open it up. You should see a screen like this. First thing we're going to do is click on Assistant. That will take us to the Assistant options here for which protocols we want to use. We're going to use Anderson-Hauser protocols. Click on the far right button. Now what we want to do is find the CDI over TCP IP. Click on the far right button again. This will open up our interfaces. Once again, we're looking for TCP over CDI on the far right. Click on that, and it will come up with the IP address of the device you want to connect to. Now, earlier we set our IP address to 192.168.1.213. We set it to that because it's close to 212, and it's not going to put our subnet out of range of this. So for you, using the default IP address will probably work unless it's been changed. For me, it's not going to work, so I'm going to use the loopback for the simulator. Once you've entered the IP address that you need, just hit the play button in the bottom right corner. Device Care is going to search on that port for a device, and in this case it recognized the ProMass 300. In the bottom left, it's going to show the matching DTMs. And on the bottom right, that's for flow verification. We're just going to ignore that for this video. Click on the red box for the DTM that you want to use. Next, Device Care will connect to the device. If it is successful, it'll start pulling live values. What we want to do is pull a device report. So once it's done loading, on the top menu bar on the right, click on Device Report. Menu should pop down. Click on Save Device Report. Device Care will now collect all of the parameters, form a PDF, and allow you to download it and save it to a location. Once that's done, it should automatically open, and you'll see a device report at the end. The last way I'm going to show you how to connect to a device is via the built-in web server. Now, if you have your IP address configured already and the .212 address worked for you using Device Care, it will be the same IP address for the web server. So all you have to do now is open up a web browser and navigate to the IP address 192.168.1.212. As before, that's not going to work for me. I'm using the simulator, so I'm going to just type in localhost. But in either case, if it is successful for you, this is the login screen you're going to see. For the default password, it is 0000. So type that in. This is just the operator code. It's not the service code, but it should be enough to pull a device report. Now that you're logged in, this is what you're going to see. What you want to do here to pull a device report is click on Data Management. Then we're going to click on Documents, and then we're going to click on Export Backup Dataset, and then we're going to click on Upload PDF. Now it's going to collect all the parameters, form a PDF, and it should automatically download. Once it's done downloading, You should see on the bottom left here the file that you downloaded. Click on that, open it up, and you should see a report similar to this.